Thommy here, as always. If you are, here for the audio, make sure to have a pencil and paper ready. When an idea comes to mind, record it either that way or type it off into a notepad. Give it a pause if you need to, if it's a longer idea. Napoleon Hill always recommends that, as well as we're setting the intention, Napoleon Hill's intention, and ours for you to create high frequency thought impulses, extremely high thought forms in this mastermind where we're connected in the past and you in the future into our present mastermind moment. That will exponentially get you to where you need to go for all things best concerned for everyone. And yeah, just high frequency, high thought impulses that will get you to really start acting on what you need to do. Basically, creating a little epiphany. We're reading Lesson 16, Using the Golden Rule to Win Cooperation. Golden Rule, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? My apologies, I'm going to do one thing here. Excuse me. Using the Golden Rule to Win Cooperation. This is in some ways the most important of the 17 laws of success. Makes sense. Despite the fact that for more, it's the golden rule, right? It's, this one. We've been taught it, right? Since birth. Since kids, right? Kindergarten. Despite the fact that for more than 5,000 years, the great philosophers all taught the law of the golden rule, the great majority of people of today look upon it as a sort of pretty text for preachers to build sermons on. In truth, the golden rule philosophy is based upon a powerful law which, when understood and faithfully practiced, will enable a man to get others to cooperate with him. It is a well-known truth that most people follow the practice of returning good or evil, act for act. If you slander anyone, you will be slandered in return. If you praise anyone, you will be praised. If you favor someone in business, you will be favored in return. There are exceptions to this rule, to be sure, but by and large, the law works out. Like attracts like. This is in accordance with a great natural law, and it works in every particle of matter and in every form of energy in the universe. The successful attract the successful. Failures attract failures. The professional N-E-apostrophe-E-R do well. The professional ne'er-do-well will make a beeline for Skid Row, where he may associate with others of his kind, even though he may have landed in a strange city after dark. The law of the golden rule is closely related to the law of the habit of doing more than paid for. That makes sense. The very act of rendering more service than you are paid for to render puts into operation this law, through which like attracts like, and this is the self-same law as that which forms the basis of the golden rule philosophy. There is no escape from the fact that those who render more service than they've paid to render eventually will be eagerly sought by those who will be willing to pay for more than is actually done. Compound interest on compound interest is nature's rate. When she goes to pay the indebtedness incurred through application of this law is so fundamental, so obvious, yet so simple, it is one of the great mysteries of human nature that it is not more generally understood and practiced. Behind its use lie possibilities that stagger the imagination of the most visionary person. Through its use, one may learn the real secret. Through its use, may one learn the real secret, all the secret there is, about the art of getting others to do that which we wish them to do. If you want a favor from someone, make it your business to seek out the person from whom you want the favor, and in an appropriate manner render that person an equivalent of the favor you wish from him. If he does not respond at first, double the dose and render him another favor, and another, and so on until finally he will, out of shame if nothing more, come back and render you a favor. You get others to cooperate with you by first cooperating with them. The foregoing sentence is worth reading 100 times, for it contains the gist of one of the most powerful laws available to those with the intention of attaining great success. It may sometimes happen, and it will, that the particular individual to whom you render useful service will never render you a similar service, but keep this important truth in mind. Even though one person fails to respond, someone else will observe the transaction, and, out of a sportsman's desire to see justice done, or perhaps with a more selfish motive in mind, will render you the service to which you are entitled. Hormozy talks about this all the time lately. It's just, if you don't have any clients at first, you just, render free business, or you give the resources of which that you have, and you can, give them whatever knowledge, that you can share and help the other person, just as a free favor. And then, if they don't offer it up, eventually they may, but at least, you put it out there, and oftentimes people just, what can I do for you? Thanks so much. That was so helpful. And oftentimes something that someone gives that's like a 10% sort of thing, really to someone who knows nothing about it is like 100%, is a tenfold, right? Sort of thing. So give what you can, and then you will get things back that isn't necessarily a huge favor from other people, but to you it's exponential, 3, 4, 5 times, 10 times more beneficial, or more, right? But at least you give without expectation per se, and that's good. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This is more than a mere preachment. It is a great practical truth that may be made the foundation of every successful achievement. From winding pathways or straight, every thought you send out, from winding pathways or straight, every thought you send out, every deed you perform will gather a flock of other thoughts or deeds according to its own nature and come back to you in due time. There is no escape from this truth. It is as eternal as the universe, as sure of operation as the law of gravitation. To ignore it is to mark yourself as ignorant or indifferent, either of which will destroy your chance of success. All right. From winding pathways or straight, every thought you send out, every deed you perform, will gather a flock of other thoughts or deeds according to its own nature and come back home to you in due time. Yeah. There is no escape from this truth. It is as eternal as the universe, as sure of operation as the law of gravitation. To ignore it is to mark yourself as ignorant or indifferent, either of which will destroy your chances of success. The Golden Rule philosophy is the real basis on which children should be governed. It is also the real basis on which children grown tall should be managed. Through force, or by taking advantage of unfair circumstances, one may build a fortune without observing the Golden Rule, and many do this. But such fortunes cannot bring happiness, because ill-gotten gain is bound to destroy the peace of mind of all. Ideas are the most valuable products of the human mind. If you can create usable ideas and put them to work, you can take whatever you wish for your pay. Wealth created or acquired by the Golden Rule philosophy does not bring with it a flock of regrets, nor does it disturb the conscience and destroy the peace of mind. Fortunate is the man who makes the Golden Rule his business or professional slogan, and then lives up to the slogan faithfully, both literally and figuratively, observing the spirit of it as well as the letter. The Magic Letter to Success by Napoleon Hill. The Golden Rule Principle. This might be my favorite one. Using the Golden Rule to win cooperation. Just live your life by the Golden Rule. You'll be fine. Peace. Appreciate you.